Good afternoon, everyone. This is your mortgage agent, Erin Liu from LendCity Mortgage. Every time when you see me, we have a story to tell. And today I have a special guest here, Corey Bowden from Royal LePage. Welcome, Corey.
Hi, Aaron. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, before we jump into the deals we have been working on, and I would like to have you introduce a little bit of yourself.
Yeah, so I've been a realtor since 2011. I've worked at a few different brokerages in that time. I've been at Royal LePage since 2018.
Wow, so you really like there,
Yeah,
right?
it's a great brokerage. Yeah, we have a really good broker of record. He's super knowledgeable. I'm sure you've heard of Frank Binder.
Yeah, nice. So, how did you get into the real estate?
Flipping houses kind of piqued my interest in real estate. And after doing a couple renovation projects and just seeing how the market works, and at the time I was actually in university, in my last year of university, and I was like, well, what am I going to do with my degree? And I just happened to just do the real estate course during my last semester of university. And yeah, the rest is history.
Wow, I can see how you enjoy like
I
for
love
the
it.
last 20 years.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so yeah, it's nice having you here again. So, you know the deal when you sent me the client that's looking for the refinance plus purchasing, and based on the client situation, because she is self-employed, and for all the self-employed, like they don't claim much net income, right?
Right.
So it did take me some time to figure out how I can make it work on the A side, and then unfortunately we cannot do that. But then I was trying the B side, and in the meantime the client has a like cosigner here to help, so that we will be able to get the deal done on the A side though. Yeah, which is great. And also because the client and you are waiting for me to get the refinance done so that you can help her to make the purchase, right? Yeah, yeah. I appreciate your patience while waiting while was waiting for me. So yeah, then we had a great communication, I think.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. I know you worked very hard on that file, and I know it took some creativity. It wasn't just a straightforward deal, right? So,
yeah, yeah, it was hard, but like I like digging into to see what I can solve for that problem though.
yeah, I know you were determined. Yes.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, so I know like for the refinance part, it's like a teamwork between me and you, right? Because you were waiting for me to get the refinance done, because you will prefer to put like cash offer so that you will be more competitive.
Right.
Yeah, so on the lender side, like once I got it done and I talked to you and I heard, when you make the purchase for the client, I know like she was looking for a couple houses and to see which one is the best option for
Yeah.
her, and you were helping her to doing the purchase.
Yeah, we looked for probably about a month before we actually found that one. She did attempt to write some offers, but like you said, we couldn't really be as competitive with the condition of finance and the offer. And then even with like the market currently back on the upswing right now, we would put in pretty competitive offers and still lose out. So ended up working out really well in the end because she found a house that she loves. It's like a really well updated home. Yeah, it worked out in the end the way it should.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's awesome. And the good thing is, like lots of people, they're doing the refinance plus purchasing. And for this case, the lender knows that she will be buying a new property. So the way we structure the deal will be like we have to factor in the future property tax and the like the future property tax for the new purchasing into liability. So that's comes up with how much we can get for the mortgage, and then with the purchasing parts. Like I heard from the client that you help like a lot on negotiating the price as well. So do you mind if you can tell me how did you do that?
We included the items that were not finished yet, that the seller is going to fix. We included those into Schedule A that they would be done before closing at the seller's expense. And then that way, when she does take possession, everything is ready to go. It's turnkey for her to get tenants in that property.
Perfect. Did you get the price like just one time they accept that, or like because I know client will be have a like limit
Yeah.
of the house budget they want to put, right?
Yeah. So in this case, the property was underlisted. They did price it pretty competitively. So we came in, like I pulled my comparables. We came in with a pretty, solid offer, I felt. The seller's agent did call me to bring our price up. We didn't do that. We held firm. We played hardball with them, and they end up taking the offer anyway.
That's perfect. That's glad to hear that. Like, especially as a buyer, we want to make sure the realtor will help us get the best deal, right? So instead
Absolutely.
of putting more money on that,
Yeah.
great job.
Good to have a strong negotiator on your side for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I like, to be honest, like in these fields, like I work with, the many realtors, I found out like negotiation skills is really important for the realtor that will help your buyer or the seller to get the best interest for their clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And the main thing is, doing your homework before you put that offer in. Not just, some agents call like, what's the price expectation? That's the worst question to ask. I don't want to know your expectation. I want
Yeah.
to do my homework, and I'm going to tell you what the value is in my eyes. If it works out on paper and there's, multiple offers and we get it, then we did our job, right?
Right, right. But are you allowed to ask like expectation?
We're not supposed to, but it happens a lot. I don't ask that question. I don't like being asked that question, but it does happen.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But I'm sure the buyer wants to know that for sure.
Yes. It's a very common question. And yeah, it's not something we're supposed to be disclosing though.
Yeah, so as you mentioned at the beginning, you said you did lots of flippings. Like I'm really interested in that. Like I want to know like how did you do that? Like how did you get started?
How did I get started? At first, I was kind of helping other people that I knew that were involved with renovations and flipping houses, like prior to me even picking up a hammer, basically, right? So I kind of learned the ropes from other people. My first house I bought when I was 21, and I just knocked every wall down. I literally gutted the entire house, redid everything, drywalled it, knew literally everything. And then that was my first real like big renovation project. And then from there it turned into, renovating my own houses. And then from there it was, buying investment properties to fix and flip.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
you must be handy.
Yeah. Yeah. I know a few things. Yeah.
Nice, nice. So regarding the flipping, we do have the lenders who can do that. Like I talked with you last time we met. We have lender is designed for the flipping buyer and with minimum 5% down payment and the maximum, the like more down payment if you can put with a less interest rate.
Right.
So also I would like to know because I really want to do one, but I didn't get a chance because I'm not handy. But
We could partner.
oh yeah, for sure. But did you buy the house like before, like in cash, or you got a mortgage for the flipping?
Mostly a mortgage. I've done, mostly either like a B lender side, or I've even done A side for this before, and I've done private money as well.
I think right now the most will be the private, right? Because
I mean, yes, because it's the easiest,
Yeah.
right? Like in terms of like supporting documents, as long as the money's there, the ARV value, everything is kind of lining up. That's all they care about, the private lenders, right?
Right.
So it makes it definitely easier, but at the same time, you're paying a lot more on the upfront costs, interest rates, and even on closing costs, you're paying quite a bit more out.
Right. It has to be like a quick turnaround.
Yes,
To like
exactly.
finish and sell it.
If you're doing like a 3-month project or less, which is a quick flip in my opinion,
Oh,
then I
3
think,
months is a quick flip already?
I
thought
think
like
so, yeah.
1 month. No.
oh, that would be great. If you could find me a 1-month flip, let's go.
So the average time for flipping will be 3 months.
I think at least 3 months.
At
Yeah.
least,
Yeah.
okay.
It depends on obviously like your crew size. For me, it's not going to be a major crew coming through. I've got some, sub trades I'll bring in through like electricians and plumbers and roofers, stuff that I'm not going to touch. The general stuff, definitely, I'll take care of with, friends and whoever else wants to help out. But I think your average time for a flip is probably somewhere closer to 4 to 6 months. I've had one take 8 or 9 months before. Like the house could have been, bulldozed. It was so bad, but we turned this house around. It
Did
was a
you
major
tear
project
down
though.
or just
We didn't tear it down. No, we renovated the place, but it was like a lot of big structural work, foundation work as well. So it was quite major.
do you think it is the right time to do flipping right now at current market?
I think it's the right time. That anytime you want to invest in the market is the right time. There's no right or wrong time to do it. If someone's got the capital and the ambition to go do a flip, absolutely it's a good time to do it. The market's picking back up again right now too. So it's always going to be that gamble of doing it. But with that being said, worst case scenario is you keep it as a burst strategy option as well, right? And you just keep that property and pull the money out and keep going with it too if you're not going to just sell it flat out.
Yeah, that's true. And also, for the flipping, like, do you usually have like a different persons to do the like different work, or you just have like a whole like a one contractor to help you do everything?
For myself, like I would be the general contractor on my own projects. I've got like every tool imaginable, but when it comes to the like more specialty stuff, the more like skilled trades guys, that's why I mentioned like electricians,
Right.
plumbers, think like roofing.
Yeah, it has
I
to
don't
be
want to get on a roof, but
licensed.
like the electrician and the plumber, those are two things that I don't want to touch myself because
You need a
those,
license and
right, you need to
yeah.
be licensed for that. Yeah. And the liability, it's just not worth it. Like I don't want to put together a house, and then it burns down because I don't know how to do electrical work, right? So get that done properly. I think that's key for anybody flipping is to make sure you've got the skilled trades doing their job.
Exactly. That's nice. And another question I would like to know is, with the flipping, like how much the value of the house can be increased, after all the renovation, like based on your experience.
It's hard to say. There's not just like it's case by case, right? There's not just like a blanket value I could give every house. You may be able to walk in a house that just needs paint and, a simple, like you said, a 1 month kind of like spruce it up. You're not going to pull as much value out of that house because it didn't need as much work to get it from point A to point B. So I think you're going to look at less of a profit on that one, but your time is also going to be much less. So it is kind of all relative. If you pick up a house that is close to like falling over and you can make that house solid again and update it, obviously you're going to be into like a 6 month plus project, but your profit at the end of the day should be much greater than something that you're only putting in a month for.
Right, that's true. And when you help the client who wants to do the flipping to buy the house, so like you basically know, like what type of property is the best to buy? Like, is there any criteria like you would consider it is a good flipping house?
Well, the old real estate, rule is buy the worst house in the best neighborhood.
Okay.
If you can buy the worst house in the best neighborhood, the value is already there for the location. It's just a matter of you turning that house into a product that someone's going to want to purchase now.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah, just to simplify it completely. But yeah, I think even in terms of like house styles as well, like a ranch bungalow are probably going to be your easiest ones to sell just because they are more like all life stages with, less stairs in the home. So you've got a bigger demographic looking at that style as opposed to like a 2-story, which, people who are maybe in their 70s aren't going to want to look at with the stairs.
Depends on the age, right?
Right.
Because I
Yeah.
would prefer a two-story so that I can separate the kitchen and the living area, like, separately. But I know some of clients, they just want to like one level.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think, the style of home also kind of determines, not just your demographic, but I think the value as well to some degree.
Yeah. So is there any cost difference for like a bungalow and the restaurant? I'm just curious.
There certainly is. They just released the stats, and I'm trying to remember what the price range, like the average prices for each style. I believe the 2-story is going to be the highest prices because of the size is usually quite a bit bigger. But there definitely is going to be like your bungalow ranches are going to be probably in the more competitive ranges too, because a lot of the homes in the city the older homes that your first time home buyers are purchasing are going to be those, wartime bungalows and ranches.
Okay, that's really good information though.
Yeah.
Okay, Kari, it's really informative today, and I got to know the flipping stuff, and I may ask for you like more suggestion in the future if I got a chance to do that.
I hope you do.
Yeah, and also I'm glad we can get the deal done together, and for this deal, we will be able to move the closing day early, so that client, can set up everything early as well.
Right.
So yeah, and yeah, that'll be all for today. And thank you so much for your time, Kari. And hopefully, we will get a chance to work together in the future.
Certain that we will. But thanks again for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. And if you ever need the contact information from us, it will be in the description below.